and welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for the support in the past couple of videos. If you are enjoying the content, please do drop a subscribe, and if you are enjoying this specific video, please do drop a like. It helps me out a ton, and I truly appreciate it. We're getting so close to 300. I can't believe how fast we're growing. Let's keep it up, and let's keep the content rolling. Today, we have 3DB as the Malians, facing in the blue on the bottom side of the map, Don Artie as the Chinese. Both of these people are fantastic content creators. Don Artie has a wonderful YouTube channel that goes over kind of progressively through what he's thinking throughout the entire game, so I would definitely recommend that, and I'll link it in the description. And 3DB is one of the most creative players we have, professional players we have on the scene at the current moment, and he also streams as well, so I'll link that in the description today. We have the Malians versus Chinese. I don't know if I've ever casted this matchup, honestly, but I'm excited to see it. In the win rate in Challenger, the Malians have a 59.5% win rate. But if you take the broader view of that, Malians have a 49.7% win rate across all divisions. I think that what it means, though, is that Malians are pretty juiced right now. Honestly, I think a lot of pros would agree. The Malians they're in a really good spot. It's not like that they're super flexible or anything. They're just really good at what they do, which is getting a lot of gold and a lot of units really quickly. And the units like the Sofa and stuff like that are pretty juiced. So I think that the pro players just kind of know exactly how to play the Malians and what map to pick them on. Because I think the sample size is like around like 70 or 80 games. So nothing too crazy, but I think once you pick the Malians on a map they're well suited for into a good matchup, I think it's going to be very tough for the opponent to kind of get ahead. Now, that being said, the Chinese are also pretty juiced right now, too. I don't know why I keep saying juiced. I mean, you know what? I like it a lot. They're in a really good spot as well. Song Dynasty, you can just create so many. You have the Barbican to really take over map control. So they're also in a very, very good spot. I'm intrigued to see kind of the strategy that B is going to go here today. We have the trade network, and it looks like we're actually going to see trade. So we're going to see if Don, just because of the positioning, if this Sahara trade network was over here, we probably wouldn't see trade, but we'd see it to save the gold pit mines. You see a lot of times that the Malian player uses it on the front side or on this side over here. So that way, one side can defend their pit mine for the TC, and the other can use the Sahara trade network as an actual tower to defend it. But unfortunately for Don going into the Imperial Academy, so not going to probably see too much early aggression unless he scouts this, which he's cruising around. But this looks like it's in a position to absorb that trade, and you can see the trade post over here. We'll see if we see one of B's civilians start walking this way. Don's going to see that the Sahara Trade Network is not anywhere close, so even if he doesn't scout this exactly, which I think he will anyways, but if he didn't scout it exactly, he would know that if he doesn't see the Sahara Trade Network or the other landmark anywhere close, that B's going to be going for trading. As you can see, he's already getting that spidey senses, going like, what's going on over here? There must be something. As you can see him running around, collecting some sheep on the way, and we see a mill going down. Maybe just to protect. Maybe maybe B's not gonna trade. Maybe it's a fake. Because B is also incredibly innovative. So it could be like one of those. It could be a fake as well, which would also be so cool. Almost pretend like you're gonna be going for a trade, and then kind of making it work on the backside, which would be honestly super interesting. But we do have this one civilian going over here, which if he drops down a market, and there it is. Okay, so we're also going to be seeing the trade trick as well, and there's another market going down over there. So not messing around, 2 markets, trade trick over here, obviously, or not obviously, but if you don't know, if you put a market over here, there's a Barbican. Where is it? It's a little forward. I like it. It's right by the deer protection. It's a good spot by Don, but unfortunately, I hope that Don starts to really crank out some Shuganu soon, because it's going to be tough sledding, or maybe some horsemen. Honestly, the best probably way to counter trade would be early horsemen. But if you didn't know, a market this close, the trader pops out, collects their goods, and then begins their journey all the way down here, which will allow them to do a full pass the first time around, which I think they also need to definitely adjust. I haven't cast a trading game in a while. I know it's not the most action-packed sometimes, but we do see a lot of things going on, and it's interesting. Honestly, I haven't seen nearly as much of it on the ladder. Let me know in the description below if you've seen a ton of trading, or if you've seen less since the nerfs. I still think there's some things to be done that devs need to do, and I'm very intrigued by next season how they're going to adjust them, and if there's going to be new civilization, anything like that. That'd be all really cool. We do have B though, throwing down some forward walls. We have another house and another pit mine going down, so really establishing map control. And I like this as well, protecting his investment of trade. And once these traders start going back and forth, it's going to be really, really tough for Don to stop. And also, honestly, it'll be interesting to see how many traders that B's going to invest. And boom, instantly, there we go. Don sees it, so he's going to know he has to do something quickly. There's a Zhuge coming out, but I'd be interested to see if he throws down a stable or anything to kind of get over there as quickly as possible. Because if not, if he doesn't throw any disruption, it could be a long day for him. Just kind of waiting to see the response. And another archery range, actually. I mean, so you're just gonna be going mass all in Zhuge, I believe. That's the game plan. Which I mean is that's what you have to do, right? Like you're gonna have to all in 3DB in the next probably like 5 minutes. So it's probably not gonna be a super long game unless Don's able to do a significant amount of damage without kind of fully killing off B. But if B's able to keep this economy going in the back end and they're allowed to build up the forefront, especially this forward pit mine, which is kind of crazy. I guess it's more protectable than this gold over here, but this one I think would be kind of ideal, right? But I guess if this one's attacked, then the trade as well, so you get everything all in once. Don's gotten the front door, see what's going on. Does see the forward pit mine, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Zhuge move out to that. We have more coming out, like I said, just gonna be mass Zhuge. What's the first upgrade we're gonna get? We did not get any. There's the scout. We're starting to cruise. More and more traders coming out of this market. We have this lovely taxation going on in the back end. And we have the siege engineering going down already. So these are going to go after this pit mine immediately. Not going to let it really set up base camp. And going to be going for that all in. We have some Donzos coming out for B. Hardened Donzos to be specific. And we're going to see a nice little palisade gate over here just so you can get to this and pressure. But with this many Zhuge, it's going to be, you're not going to even come close to that. And with the siege engineering, Don has just enough for one ram, which is going to be built right here. There it is. And we're going to start to cook around. And this is one, to really put pressure. And then two, first and foremost, is going to be how quick to make it so that he can quickly get down this pit mine. Because the longer this thing lives, the more gold. As you can see, B is starting to really cook back here with the amount of gold. And the Sahara Trade Network also gives him a taxation bonus on everything. We generate 50% of tax food as food. So that means the Malian's going to be in a good spot. There it is. Another one going down. I like this. Just getting very aggressive. Like I said, in that first 5 minutes, in that next 5 minutes that I mentioned, we going all in for sure. Going to move this onto the pit mine, which will take a little bit longer to take. Oh, interesting to see if he's going to be able to snipe this Donzo. He will not. Donzo's like, yeah, I don't want it. I don't want any of that smoke. That's a lot of people out there. Thank you very much for coming, but no thank you. And there's a Zhuge, but the Donzos seem to have just a small range advantage, which is interesting. And they do absolutely nothing to those Donzos. My goodness, it was like they tickled him. But this forward is going to be going down for sure. And we have a continuous stream of Zhuge coming out. As you can see, the blue blobs moving across, kind of like Smurfs. And one Zhuge decided to stay up there. Donzo's moving up, but they're not going to be able to stop any of this. Both of these rams will be able to take this down very easily. Another ram coming in. Don knows it's make or break right here. Got to do some serious damage with this trade going on. And we have the big old pit mine over here, as I mentioned. And here's the engage. And these Donzos just being so annoying with just slightly more range. I think this is also another probably reason why the Chinese have such a low win rate against the Malians in Conquer and Above. If you know the exact route against them, this is tough sledding. These Donzos don't even have +1 armor yet, and they're doing this, which is just crazy. Oh, sorry, these are javelin throwers. I'm an idiot. Of course they're good against range. That's exactly what they're designed for. I am so sorry. Pretend all those comments were said about javelin throwers and not Donzos. We have three battering rams all up front doing some serious damage to these barracks, but I believe the numbers up here are strong enough to hold this off. Oh, if they were able to go for that just in time, that'd be huge. But it looks like they do not. Don losing a little bit control of these rams. What is he searching for? Going after the archery range so that way there's no more javelin throwers that can come out. I do like that decision by Don. I think it makes a lot of sense, and these javelin throwers can't do anything to these rams. We have a lot of idle time going down. That's going to go down for sure, which is really, really nice. And now, I was going to say Don shouldn't be in range of this TC. He can pull this back a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. And these civilians are going to absolutely cook these rams. And I think if B's able to survive this and cut through all these Donzos, that one more ram's not going to be nearly enough. And this was just pretty straightforward, you know what I mean? I think that just, if you know this matchup super, super well, so definitely take advantage of this, guys, in your earlier, in your lower level games, kind of like where I'm at. Watching this, B played this perfectly. Honestly, just if you're against a later game Civ like the Chinese, especially if you know they're going to be going pretty much all in Zhuge, which is like the standard meta build, go for the anti-range specialist the Malians have and start trading, because those range units are great for a lot of things, but they are not great for pushing through and making death pushes, and especially not against +1 armor javelin throwers. This is not a good trade at all for Don, but doesn't really have a choice at this point. The Rams even retreating, going, you know what, I don't have anything else to do, so might as well. We have blue bodies scattered throughout the hidden forest, and there they go. As you can see just how strong these are. And that's going to be all she wrote. It looks like another short game. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm calling it early because unless there's an absolute Christmas miracle going on, I don't think that there's any way to stop this. And there it is, GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know that trades not always are the most interesting, but I hope you guys learn from that build order, especially with B. If you're on this type of map with later game Civ, like the Abbasid, Chinese, and you have the Malians, this is the kind of stuff that you have to do for just absolute freelo. Just keep taking those W's, force them to make an all-in that they don't want to make, and then set the tone. And then if you know specifically like the Chinese are going to go for Zhuge, just go for that anti-range, and you're good to go. It's literally just is that easy. 13 minutes. I obviously know that B makes it look even easier, but make sure you scout, and make sure you just understand some basic build orders if that's your civilization. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support in the past. Honestly, the past month or so has been crazy. So if you are enjoying, please do subscribe and like. Thank you so much.